Hello everyone, my name is Nums and I'm going to quickly take you through some important steps to setting up Steam dedicated servers using Unreal Engine 5. Now, first things first is you're going to want a custom engine. If you don't know how to do a custom engine, if you don't know how to download a custom engine, I will link to a video on how to download and install the Unreal Engine 5 custom engine below. But it's relatively simple. It's download the source, and then when you've got it downloaded and extracted, you go to it, you run setup.bat, you wait for it to finish downloading, then you run generate project files.bat, you wait for that to finish, then you open UE5.solution, you build it, and you've got yourself your engine. Okay, that's that. Right, once you've got yourself your engine, you want to open the solution up. Okay, and you're going to want to navigate to a specific file. Okay, you're going to go to UE5, plugins, OnlineSubsystemSteam, which is right there, source, private. Then you want to go and find online session async server Steam.cpp. Open that up. And here you can see a couple of things here. The most important things here that I will link into the description, the names of them that you want to change. But the only thing you need to worry about here is UE_project_Steam product name. Set that to your Steam app name, lowercase. Okay. Now I'm going to show you something. If you have a Steam backend, it'll be a specific area on your backend for your Steam partner dashboard. I can't show you anything because of everything on the Steam partner backend is all NDA and everything, okay? But you need to go to Edit Steamworks Settings, and then under the Application drop-down, go to Dedicated Servers. And then under Dedicated Game Servers Information, you should see a few things called Product Name, Latest Version, Out of Date Message, and Server Browser Name. Okay? And I will show this part to you because that's how I've got mine set up. Product Name is Belter's lowercase. That's my game on my Steam backend, okay? And you can see here I put Belter's here, and it has to match the product name exactly. Okay? Another additional important thing is you need to make sure latest version is set to 1.0.0. Don't ask me why, it just doesn't work if you don't do that. Now, next one on the Steam you need to figure out is UE Project's Steam.Game.dir. Alright, that's going to be the exact same as your product name, and the same as something that you're going to want to put into the default Engine.ini that I will show you later. The last thing on this page that you need to worry about is UE_project_SteamGameDesk. That is going to be the same as your server browser name, which is here. Right there. Okay? Once you've made those changes, rebuild the engine. If you do not have an AppId for your Steam game, then you can use the Spacewar AppId. Okay, the Spacewar AppId is literally here. You put Spacewar, goddamn, Spacewar and Spacewar. Okay, sorry, Space War, like that, capital S, that's it, and that's all you need to do here. Okay, so I'll just revert what I did there because I'm keeping it as Belters. And then once you've made those changes, you save, you right click UE5 and you build again. Okay, and that's done. Okay. Now once you've done that, you're going to want to go to your project that you've got that you want to convert to using dedicated servers. If you haven't got one, make one. It has to be a C++ project, okay? you don't know how to make a C++ project, there's plenty of resources to do it. You simply just add a C++ class to it using the tool menu. Right. So we're going to go to our little tutorial project that I've made here. Okay. I'm going to open the solution up for it. Okay. Now, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to create a new add a class, a new item like this, and you're going to want to go and add a C# class, which you can find somewhere. Okay, let's just new here, file, and then it should be on a general C#. Here we go. You add that. Yeah, just fucking add that. All right, and then you just save that wherever the hell you want. For me, I saved it in source, and I saved it as tutorial project server.target.cs. Okay, for your project, it's going to be literally your project.target.cs is going to be there, right? So for your server, you're going to want your project server.target.cs. Okay, so if I look at my server here, this is, oh yeah, once you've created that CS class and save it, it's not going to appear here. You're going to right click on source and add existing item, and then you want to find it and then add it, and then it will appear there. Then it will appear there. So anyway, so what you want to do is just copy all of that and then paste it in there. All right, and the only thing you need to change, as you can see, okay, the only thing you need to change here is tutorial project server target, right? So yours is going to say your project target. You just add server before target, and same thing here, tutorial project server target or your project server target instead of your project target. Okay, just make sure you add server before target and after project on these two sections. The only other thing you need to do here is type equals target type dot server. It'll say game here, it'll say editor here, and you need it to say server here. Once that's done, right click to your project and build it. Okay, that's all you need to do there. Now, additionally, you need advanced sessions. I'll leave a link in the description for this. You just download it, you put it into your project as a plugin. At this point, if you don't know how to put a plugin into your project, then I question whether or not you should be messing around with dedicated servers. You know what I mean? Throw that into your plugins folder, give it a rebuild, open your new project. Okay? Now, once your project is open, you're going to want to take your game instance. If you have a game instance, you're going to want to open it and retarget it to Advanced Friends Game Instance. So make sure your parent class for your game instance is Advanced Friends Game Instance. This is important because it gives you some important stuff that you're going to use in the future. If you don't have one, make one. Right? It's relatively simple. You just right click, blueprint class, Advanced Friends Game Instance, and then there's your game instance. Name it whatever the fuck you want, doesn't really matter. Now, BP tutorial game instance, once you've created it, you want to set it, project settings, maps and modes, at the bottom here, game instance class, set it to there, right? Done. Easy. Inside, I've already set it up here, but it's relatively simple. You'll have an empty thing, so you just go event init, right? Which is this. I add a delay. I don't know if you need to. I just do, just to be safe. I do a branch, check if it's a dedicated server, and then I go into create advanced session. Okay. Important things to note here is that you can plug in. You want to plug in your server name and your map name. Okay. For me, I'm going to say my map, my tutorial map, okay? And then Steam server name, and so that's in my server. And then two other important notes here: is dedicated needs to be checked, and use presence needs to be off. And if you want it to be public, should advertise needs to be checked as well. Then you add some output to see if it started or not started. You compile it, you save it, you minimize. All right. Now, everything we've done here in these last 10 minutes means that it'll work. It'll just work. You can now start a dedicated server and it will be listed on Steam. And to prove this fact, this shortcut here is set to target my custom build of my Unreal Engine, right? Which will then open this uproject in -log and -server mode, which will essentially tell this uproject to launch in dedicated server mode, which I'm going to do right now. And you can see there's nothing else on this project that's different from the third-person template other than that tutorial game instance and the plugins. And as you can see here in this output, session creation completed and my custom output server successfully started is there. To drive this point home, we're going to go to View, Servers. In my Steam browser, we're going to specifically target the Belter's game in this list because that's the app ID I'm using. If you have an app ID, it'll be your app ID. If you don't have an app ID and you've used the Spacewar app ID, it'll be there. There we go. As you can see, it says my tutorial map, which I just put in, and that's my server. And using my map ID, my game ID there. There's one thing I forgot to tell you. It's actually a really important thing. It's DefaultGame.ini. We need to change that. All right. It's a relatively simple thing. You don't need to do anything other than copy paste and make a few changes. I'm going to put it in the description, but right now I'm going to quickly show you. Okay, right here. This, what I'm using right here, is going to go into config default Engine.ini, which is going to open up in our web editor here. And as you can see right here, you won't have this in yours, but you want to, if you do have this, you want to replace it with what I pasted. If you don't have it, just plop it in wherever you feel comfortable. OnlineSubsystem, DefaultPlatformService Steam, OnlineSubsystemSteam, bEnabled equals true, that's important, it turns it on. SteamDevAppId is set to my app ID that I'm using, but you can use 480 if you're using Spacewar, or use your own if you have your own app ID. Then you can set ModDir to the Steam game name, which is product name here. Make sure it's the exact same capitalization and description, exact same as server browser name here, exact same capitalization. And then underneath it defines SteamNetDriver, and above script engine game engine, it also defines the NetDriverDefinitions to make sure everything works with online subsystems. Okay, so make sure that's saved, and then do what I just did with the shortcut, and your game will be guaranteed to show up on the Steam server listings as long as you've got the appropriate ports open. The appropriate ports being 7777. Okay, that's literally all there is to it. There may be some Steam query ports you also need to open, and with a little bit of Googling, you can figure that out. That's it. I hope this helped. Honestly, I don't think there's anything else I need to go over. Honestly, I hope this helps. If you want to expand on, what's here, being able to join, you can look up the advanced sessions blueprint stuff, and all you have to do is just you can find sessions advanced and do all that stuff, and then you can just connect someone to that session that you found using the blueprints included in the advanced sessions Steam. I'm not going to waste my time doing that here. It's relatively simple, and there's plenty of guides on how to do that already out there. This is simply all you need to do to get Steam dedicated servers to work with Unreal Engine 5. Thank you.